Solutions to the widespread corruption in the Philippines have been put forward as the focal point of discussions during the hearing on the 2024 budget of the Office of the Ombudsman. MJ Mondejar reports.
The Ombudsman ranks first among agencies overseeing corruption issues within the government. During the hearing of the agency's proposed 2024 budget, public watchdogs raised questions about whether corruption cases in the Philippines are on the rise.
Mr. Chair, is there a trend on the incidence of this rate of these cases? Ito po ba sa tingin niyo po ay nag-i-increase po o nagdi-decrease po, Mr. Chair?
While Martires didn't immediately provide an answer, he later acknowledged a significant increase in corruption cases.
Kung nagtaas po ang incidence ng mga gawain ito, ang korupsyon po ay hindi titigil sa ating bansa. Not even during our lifetime.
Martires further stated that the corruption in the Philippines has become endemic and appears to be normalized among Filipinos, especially within the government.
Ang korupsyon po ngayon sa Pilipinas ay nagiging endemic. Ang korupsyon po ngayon sa Pilipinas ay nagiging parang fashion, becomes a fad. Because money becomes power. Mayroong mga departamento ng gobyerno, hindi nyo akalain ay korap, akala nyo natutulog, pero mas korap pala yon sa ibang ahensya ng gobyerno na akala nyo ay korap.
Martires then offered a solution, strengthening efforts to instill good behavior, starting with the youth.
Ang korupsyon po sa ngayon ay hindi mapaglalabanan ng batas lamang. All our laws on corruption are post factum, after the fact. Kailangan po natin ng isang haligi na magbabago po ng ating ugali. We have to introduce, as I'd always been saying, a subject from kindergarten until college on God-centered values formation.
He emphasized that this should not just be about teaching good manners and right conduct, but should also be centered around the fear of God. With this, there's no hope of changing the culture of corruption among Filipinos.
Kung magtuturo lang po tayo ng good manners and right conduct na hindi po nakasentro sa Panginoon, wala akong kwenta yon. To fight corruption, to stop this incidence of corruption, is to introduce a subject through a law, a good manners and right conduct subject that is God-centered.
Congress members, meanwhile, agreed with the Ombudsman's statements. Martires also reminded the lawmakers of the increasing incidence of corruption in the country.
We do not fear hell anymore. Wala hong impyerno sa iba sa atin. So gumagawa po tayo ng krimen sa ngayon po sa ating kagustuhan. So if we're talking about corruption, if we're talking about incidents of corruption, if it is increasing, Your Honors. Thank you very much.
Regardless of any religious preferences, the advice or the suggestion of Ombudsman Martires is meant to convince the government to teach the God-centered GMRC in all children in the Philippines as soon as possible. For Ganamabul of Philippines, MJ Mondejar, SM9 News.
The Ombudsman has rejected a case against several government officials known for their anti-communist terrorist group stands. MJ Mondejar reports.
Some of the topics discussed during the deliberations of the 2024 proposed budget of the Office of the Ombudsman at the House of Representatives are likely a triumphant feat for former government officials who are against the communist terrorist group CPP, NPA, NDF. This is after Kabataan Party List Representative Raul Manuel asked Ombudsman Samuel Martires for updates on the cases filed against former Task Force LCAC officials. These officials include former NTF LCAC spokesperson Lorraine Badoy, former AFP General Antonio Parlade, and former National Security Advisor Hermo Henes Esperon. The cases are related to the issue of red tagging leftist groups.
Ano na po ang status ng 6 na administrative complaints and 2 criminal cases? Since ang last po doon sa ating na-enumerate ay na-file pa noong December 2020.
Ombudsman Martires responded that the cases related to red tagging had been dismissed.
Is referring to those cases against Parlade, Baduoy, et al. Esperon with respect to the red tagging. Those cases were already dismissed. Sa kadahilanan po na wala naman pong batas na nagbabawal sa red tagging. In the absence of a law, we cannot arrogate unto ourselves by saying na nag-violate ka ng red tagging.
Former President Rodrigo Duterte himself identified the Makabayan bloc as fronts of the CPP, NPA, NDF, including Manuel's Kabataan Party List, Gabriela, ACT Teachers, and the two party lists, Bayan Muna and Anak Pawis, which lost in the last elections.
Itong mga legal fronts ng komunista, lahat yan, Makabayan, Bayan, they are all legal fronts. Gabriela, hindi yan sila, we are not red tagging you. We are identifying you as members in a grand conspiracy comprising all the legal fronts that they have organized, headed by NDF. Tapos yung sa armed struggle, ang New People's Army, NDF, at Communist Party of the Philippines.
During the hearing, Manuel was taken aback when Martires mentioned how their office is sometimes being used for personal interest unrelated to the Ombudsman's jurisdiction, especially in the context of red tagging issues.
Dahil nga walang red tagging, pa-file mo ng kaso ng violation ng Anti-Graft and Corrupt Practices Act. Para lang po yun yung nagpalusot tayo Ba? Ito yung tinatawag na yung palusot Kung sa sibuyas, ito yung palusot na pagtatanim ng sibuyas o ani.
Ang basis naman po ay Anti-Graft and Corrupt Practices Act, pati din yung Code of Conduct.
May mga pagkakataon po, ginagamit ang ombudsman. Sana wag naman po ganun. Dahil hindi naman po ang ombudsman karakarakan mag-action sa inyong mga kaso na wala naman talagang kinalalaman. Pero kung papalusutan kami na red tagging ang rason, pero sasabihin hindi, nag-violate ka ng Section 3E. Because Section 3 says undue injury to the government or the individual. Yan ang cause ng undue injury na yon. Kung red tagging, wala akong binayulit na batas.
For Government of Philippines, MJ Mondejar, SMNI News.
A group of social media broadcasters filed a criminal case against a prominent TV host and comedian for doing what Chief Presidential Legal Counsel Juan Ponce Enrile slammed as a disrespectful act seen on national TV. MJ Mondejar reports.
The Association of Social Media Broadcasters of the Philippines Incorporated has filed a criminal case against TV host, comedian Vice Ganda and partner Ian Perez. According to the group's lawyer, attorney Mark Tolentino, the charges relate to a violation of the cybercrime law. The group has temporarily declined to provide additional details regarding the reason for the filing of case, but said all questions will be answered during the group's upcoming press conference on Wednesday, September 13th. Meanwhile, Chief Presidential Legal Counsel Juan Ponce Enrile expressed his frustration with Vice Ganda over the weekend. This came after certain actions that Enrile referred to as salacious involving the controversial TV host. Enrile pointed out the issue of individuals in positions in power and influence who become indifferent to their actions and how they treat others. He described the comedian as disrespectful.
Sarili mo na lang ang iniisip mo. Pagkala mo, maganda yung ginagawa mo, pero bastos ka.
Yun.
Bastos ka ng tao. Hindi lang walang decency, abusado.
Abusado.
Bastos. Pag wala pa ng araw, ganyan na yan.
Enrile also urged parents whose children are influenced by Vice Ganda to denounce the comedian.
Lahat ng pamilya na may mga anak na nasasaktan o nai-influensya, they should denounce her.
SMNI will remain open on the side of the accused. For Government of Philippines, MJ Mondejar, SM9 News.